This is the Nightshade Cult, a podcast macabre.
We bid you welcome. Enter freely and of your own will.
I'm Nick Graham.
And I'm David Graves.
And we will be your horror hosts for this dissection of Paul Michael Glaser's 1987 satirical cyberpunk action thriller, The Running Man.
Good evening.
Boy, I hadn't watched this in a long time.
Yeah.
And I love this shit. I love this time period and these movies.
Yeah, these movies from the 80s and this time period, like mid to late 80s, are just magical.
Yeah. And I think it's not controversial to say it's a mid, if not lower tier Schwarzenegger movie. Mm-hmm. Still love it. Still have a blast watching it.
I've seen this movie a lot. Mm-hmm. When I was a teenager and kid, I really liked all these Schwarzenegger action movies, and I like cyberpunk and sci-fi, and this is definitely that. It's pretty cool.
Very indebted to Escape from New York.
Absolutely.
The score calls to that, and the setting,
the technology level, it's crazy.
It seems very, especially, it's been a while since we covered that, but it's fresh-ish on my mind, more fresh than it was whenever I'd last seen this.
Oh, for sure. So this movie was made for $27 million, which is a lot, and it only box officed for 38. So not super successful.
Yeah, and part of that, it was significantly over budget on account of
having a who's who of cast.
No, having to replace a slow director. The original director, Andrew Davis, got pulled off the project and replaced with Paul Michael Glaser, who is not the original director.
Wow.
Because Davis was going overtime, over budget, and it was not sustainable. So they pulled the plug on him.
That's sad. I like this. This movie a lot. I've seen it a number of times, to the point where I was saying the one-liners with the stalkers and with Arnold.
Oh yeah,
so it's good.
It's a one-liner fest, to the point of absurdity, to a meta level, because it even gets an "I'll be back" in there.
Yeah, this movie is so meta. It's meta commentary, it's tongue-in-cheek, it's winking at itself, and it's definitely a commentary on what they were talking about is consumer culture and people being the opiate of the masses being the TV and all this stuff, and really it's only gotten worse with the internet.
That's the thing. Anytime you go to any of these cyberpunk stories, essentially everything that is predicted, with some technological exceptions, but societally everything that is predicted in them has come true.
Yeah, it's absurd that people would be engaging in lethal gladiatorial combat on TV, but it's not absurd that reality TV would be the most popular genre. It's also not absurd that it's just all about consumerism and everything is all about the dollar. Yeah, because that's where we're at. Yeah,
and the total enmeshment of the government in the entertainment industrial complex, they are one entity essentially.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Feeding each other. It's one does not have power over the other one. It doesn't seem like they're co-parasites on each other. Yeah,
it kind of reminds me a little bit of because I'm currently watching Alien Earth.
Yeah.
About how one person talked about, I can't remember the exact quote, but it was basically governments got us war, so now the corporations run everything.
I think what he said, because it really stuck out to me, was we used to vote for who we wanted to make decisions, and that didn't work, and so the 5 corporations rose up and saved us.
Yeah,
and it's that's the company line when they write the history books after they took over the world, basically.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's some Tesla would love to take over the energy infrastructure of America because they can quote do it better.
Well, he made a valiant effort at it at the beginning of this year, right? that is exactly what they want.
Yeah, and this movie is not. It's not trying to hide the ball on that one.
No, it's about as subtle as a brick to the face.
Yeah, this is a novel by Stephen King. It was published under his pseudonym Richard Bachman, and it's set in the dystopian future of 2017. I love that. But the thing that really kind of like piqued my interest was this movie is getting made again. It's not this movie is not getting remade. The book is getting adapted again.
Yes, which that's why we're covering.
I'm stoked to see that. Like,
you've watched the trailer?
No, I have not. Oh. I didn't want to poison myself. I'll watch it after this recording.
You've got to watch the trailer. It looks superb, and it's Edgar Wright, director of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End.
I love all
Last Night
movies.
in Soho, Baby Driver. So many great movies. It's clearly hewing closer to the Bachman book than this does. I mean, this is so far from the Bachman book. It was found liable of plagiarizing a different film. So it's very far from the source material, but the Edgar Wright movie looks much closer to King's vision.
Maybe I should listen to that audiobook of the actual did you do that?
Yeah.
How is it?
It's good. It's really good. It's a little more the political ideas are a little more complex than in this movie.
Sure, it's always that way in books.
But it is like way more nihilistic. It has an extremely bleak ending that I won't spoil. It's not like this one kind of like we got the word out and everything's fine now because people know what's going on.
Yeah, everyone learned.
Yeah, that is not the way that book ends.
We have learned in 2025, even if you publish like essentially proof that your leader is like a tax fraud pedophile who's grifting the American people for billions with his crypto scams that he's using his office of the president to promote, nobody will care.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. That's not even news anymore.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what it makes the world, the setting of a film like this, like just way too believable. Like you can just see how you get there.
I don't know if I was naive. I mean, everyone's naive at some point in their life, but even 20 years ago, like, I mean, I was in my 20s 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I would not have believed that the stuff that we have now, I would have called that dystopian fiction.
Right.
Like, I definitely wouldn't have predicted it.
Yeah.
I would have thought like to me at that point, George W. Bush was the height of like
incompetence,
political ridiculousness.
Right.
Now I yearn for the day of an inept politician.
Yeah. The steady hand of a Bush at the wheel. Come on, rescue us, Jeb. Low energy Jeb. Where are you?
I love, this is not a political show, but I do love the Gavin Newsom, like ultra over the top. Like, if you're going to do this, I'm going to do it better.
Yeah, it is
it's
wild.
Hilarious. And it kind of jives with the theme of this movie because everything's over the top.
Well, yeah. And we'll wrap this up and get into the actual dissection here very soon. But the use of pro wrestlers so extensively is so apt for the world that we're in right now because we are in a sort of political kayfabe thing that's going on, and Newsom cuts promos on Trump like it's wrestling stuff.
I love it, and the Twitter is hilarious.
It is hilarious, and someone needs to do it because that's how Trump operates. I just weep that we're in the political state where politicians cut promos on each other like wrestlers.
Oh, absolutely. It's sad.
I long for something better than this, but I guess this is what we got.
We have the Running Man.
We are living in the Running Man.
Well, it's either the Running Man or Idiocracy or a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. I want the Demolition Man. That's the liberal fascist dystopia, and I can live with that one a little bit easier than some of the other ones.
That was literally just a 90-minute commercial for Taco Bell.
After the franchise wars, all restaurants are Taco Bell. Yeah. I will have to get to that movie eventually.
Yeah, that movie is great.
Another cyberpunk classic.
Absolutely.
All right, let's roll the music and get into this dissection. falsely accused and convicted man is forced to compete in a lethal game show where he and his companions are hunted by costumed stalkers through an urban wasteland.
I actually love the stalkers in this movie.
Yeah, and I like calling them stalkers. They're called hunters in the book, and I think stalkers, it just works better for me. I don't know why. It's more evocative.
They're like superheroes, supervillains, whatever. Like, yeah, I absolutely, when I was a young guy, I absolutely loved these characters. Like, I thought that the stalkers were great. Of course, I liked the main character, Ben Richards. He's awesome. But it's like watching pro wrestling, but cooler.
And they are, as far as the public is concerned, they're real superheroes because they hunt down bad guys
who aren't actually bad guys IRL. They're just the enemy.
Yeah, enemies political of the state.
Political dissidents.
Yeah. So it's directed. I already said this, by Paul Michael Glaser after original director Andrew Davis was fired, and this. Schwarzenegger was not happy with the decision, but he did not kind of put his foot down about it.
Yeah.
What I heard was that he had the power to save the guy's job, and he did not do it, but he did advocate for him.
Okay.
And some of Davis's sequences made it into the movie. The Sub-Zero sequence and the motorcycle stunts are all directed by Davis.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so this is all the reading I've done on this jives with what you were saying, that this is a very loose adaptation. The screenplay by Steven D'Souza is like super just loosely based on.
It's 15. He did 15 drafts of it.
Jeez.
It started out much closer to the book. And originally, I think Christopher Reeve was attached, or was who they were looking for to play Ben Richards. And then he went on to do Superman 4 instead. And then Patrick Swayze was sort of next up for it.
Okay.
But then once they got Schwarzenegger signed up, the movie is like, the script is heavily retooled to cater to him and make it into a Schwarzenegger joint.
Okay.
And that's why it becomes much more of an action hero movie than a man on the run sort of story.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fun movie, but it is simple.
Oh yeah.
Like the plot, very linear.
Yeah, and it's originally they had planned on shooting it in a mall. It's that's another major difference from the book. The book, he travels around the country quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Getting on planes and going to other cities and stuff. Whereas this, it's much more of like an escape from New York, sort of a bottle setting.
Yeah, it's like in Thunderdome or whatever.
Yeah, that you're locked into the four zones in this sort of bombed out Los Angeles.
Yeah, this has definitely got a lot of cheeky kind of meta humor in it, and I think that's one of the fun kind of themes of this movie is it's so ridiculous and so bleak. It makes fun of itself. Like, you have the old lady who's cussing, like she's like a sweet grandma, and then she's dropping F-bombs. I mean, it's just going all directions.
And you have commercials for some of the other shows on the network. Like they have, it's Climbing for Dollars
with the dogs. Oh my God, that was so good.
The version of that from the book, I think it's like Running for Dollars or something like that. And it's basically people that have terminal illnesses running on a treadmill.
Oh my God.
And the longer you run, the more money you make. But generally they have like cardiac episodes and die on the treadmill. God. And but that's because the lack of access to healthcare is a major theme of the book that doesn't really get talked about in the movie at all. That's really what drives Ben Richards to sign up to be on The Running Man, is needing healthcare for his daughter in the book.
Okay.
And that's
he's not a framed cop.
He's not a framed cop, and not a big muscle man. He's like a starving poor person.
He's a desperate guy.
Yes, exactly.
That makes a lot more sense. So I really like how they genre mash all of this stuff with this massive political commentary. It's fun.
Yeah. So I mentioned this earlier, but there was a lawsuit, and 1983, So in 1983, there's a French film called La Prix du Danger, or Danger, The Prize of Danger, directed by Yves Boisset, and the French courts found that this movie plagiarizes that movie.
Oh, wow.
And it's based on a novel by Robert Sheckley from 1958 called The Prize of Peril, which it seems like I would not be surprised if Stephen King read that, because the plot of that book feels very similar to the plot of The Running Man.
Okay.
So King might be the original plagiarist in the whole fiasco. But the court determined that this film more resembles The Prize of Danger than it does Stephen King's novel The Running Man.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, because this actually reminded me of the book or the story, I should say, The Most Dangerous Game by Richard Connell, and that's old. That's like ancient. From the 20s.
Yeah, as I was driving over here, I was listening to a history of horror movies audiobook, and they were talking about the original adaptation of that, like in the 30s. So yes, that's a very old story.
Yeah, it's a deep cut. I've read that one a lot of times, and this kind of reminds me of that. It's not quite the same, but
anything where you're hunting man, the most dangerous game is going to evoke that. Yeah,
there are several really good martial arts movies with the same plot.
Oh, right.
Too.
Yeah, Hard Target.
Yeah, and then there's one called Gym Kata. So it's got like a gymnastics guy who is also a karate guy. And he's running from place to place on an island being hunted and stuff. Yeah, there's like a lot. I even think there's like Chuck Norris movie, The Octagon, has a very similar
vibe.
Yeah.
It's a great premise for a low-budget action movie.
It wasn't Ice-T in a Hunting Humans movie.
So Ice-T is in Surviving the Game.
There we go.
Yeah, which was kind of one of the 90s adaptations of that story.
I guess when I see a movie about people hunting people, I'm in.
Yeah, I love Surviving the Game.
That's a great movie.
That is an awesome. And what I think Gary Busey is like the lead hunter guy. Yeah, and that's. Busey's great in that, like just diabolical.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a whole bunch of movies to check out.
Got some deep cuts if you want to check out some
man hunting man
dystopian
movies.
Future.
Yeah, what other themes we got going on in here?
I mean, I think we talked a bit about it. I wrote down that this is about sensationalism in the media and how you can't believe even your own eyes. And today, with the thing about deep fakes and all that, this is right in this movie. They straight up deep fake the guy, like in all of the stuff. It's crazy.
And that was so at the time, that was such a like beyond people's scope of reference that it confused the test screening audiences.
Like, what was I seeing?
Yeah, and they didn't understand how after they saw Schwarzenegger get killed by Jesse Ventura, how then he's still alive in the final sequence. They could, even though it straight up tells you what's going on, they still couldn't get their head around it because it was too futuristic for them to grasp. And now it's so easy to see how you would do that, or how you would like the framing incident for Ben Richards as he's the butcher of Bakersfield, how they edit the footage of that incident to make it look like he massacred those people when he was trying to stop the massacre.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I like how, like, nowadays a modern audience, they're like, oh, okay, they just deep faked you, no big deal.
Yeah,
easy peasy.
Yeah, and so much of this movie hinges on needing to find like the broadcast terminal, physical
and
location.
The tapes and all of that.
And the tapes are a huge MacGuffin in the book also, because he needs to send in 2 tapes every single day that he's on the run, and he has to mail them into the TV station.
Okay.
And it's like as futuristic, because the book's set in like 2024.
Oh man.
And it's like, you didn't imagine there was some way of like streaming this somehow. That just he had to mail tapes in every single day.
I just zapped them there over the telephone wires.
Yeah, something like that. Even if it was through a modem or some sort of technology of that time period, you would think. But yeah, he has to mail tapes in every day.
Some sort of vacuum tubes.
Yeah. Yeah, like Futurama. There's a series of tubes that get things everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is always funny the technology that is outdated in these futuristic movies, and then what actually like is predicted correctly.
Yeah, some of it's interesting. Like, there's no mobile phones, but they're like, I love how he just has like a computer chip as like the passport and ID and stuff in the airport. That's pretty cool. That's the future. We have enhanced ID now. Like,
yeah, like, and that seemed very prescient and like right on the money as far as that goes.
Yeah. So, you want to move on to the visuals?
Yeah, we can talk about the visuals. The cinematography is by Thomas Del Ruth. There's a lot of criticism of Paul Michael Glaser's direction and this sort of his directing being very TV styled.
Yeah.
But I think DeRuth, I think his lighting really elevates this because his lighting is super cool to me.
Yeah, I think that it's got a distinctly 80s vibe with this, like, it's dark, but it also has all this like neon. It's not noir dark, but it's definitely got this kind of futuristic while simultaneously analog technology.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, and I think that becomes obviously the first big influence on the aesthetic of cyberpunk is always Blade Runner. But I think the neon lighting in this movie has sort of carried over. When you see a cyberpunk setting, it's using a lot of this.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Cyberpunk 2077, the video game, and associated anime on it's got a lot of influence from this lighting.
Yeah, definitely. This color palette sticks around for years.
I thought it was interesting when I was watching it. It occurred to me, I was like, man, this doesn't feel like the future. It feels like a bizarro dimension dystopian 80s.
Yes, totally.
It's like, because it's so 80s, like with the ladies who are in like aerobics outfits dancing and stuff. Like,
yeah, that feels like
that's so retro,
like Solid Gold, or like one of those shows from back then.
Nobody's doing that on shows these days. Sure, there's dancers, but it's not like that.
Yeah, and since you brought that up, the choreography is done by Paula Abdul. I saw that. I saw that in the credits. She did a ton of alongside her music career, did a ton of choreography in films during this time period.
The production design was by Jack Cultists and Arnold Spector, and they made. That's what I got here, dude? I got
Ron Cobb.
Oh, okay. I guess I must have got it wrong in my copy pasta. But either way, these gritty kind of urban decayed, I don't know, like really, really run down places in the game. But then also the super high tech aesthetic from the game show. It provides like a lot of really good contrast. I'm really into it.
Yeah, so I just verify it is Ron Cobb, who's the production designer for Aliens and Conan the Barbarian and a bunch of movies, and I think he also does a fair bit to elevate this.
Yeah, the actual sets are really, really crazy. Like I really like the in-game show sets.
Oh yeah, and the tubes that they're sent through.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad?
I always thought that was really cool.
How bad did you want to get shot through one of those tubes as a kid?
So bad.
It seems miserable now. Like the idea of going through that as an adult,
it seems like a broken back,
and your neck's gonna hurt. You're gonna knock your head around. But like as a kid, that looks like the funnest thing you can imagine, to be shot down that tube.
Yeah, they're really cool, and the vehicles in here, like the Killbots, the Stalker vehicles. Like I love Dynamo's little buggy,
his dune buggy.
Yeah, that's just so cool.
Yeah, and Buzzsaw's motorcycle.
Yes.
And then the final person I have listed here for the and the visuals component is the costume designer is Robert Blackman.
Really, did you just not rip off like professional wrestling costumes.
it is,
really,
totally.
that's just what it is.
It is very much wrestling costumes.
Because all the stalkers are wrestlers except for Jim Brown, right? Like,
yeah, Jim Brown was a football player. And
I think technically the guy that played Dynamo wasn't really.
It said amateur wrestler.
Oh, okay.
And
Buzzsaw was like a strong man.
Yes, he was the only one that didn't come from wrestling, and he seems like he should have.
Yeah, absolutely. He could have been on Demolition.
Yeah, he totally seemed like he was a pro wrestler, but I think he was just a bodybuilder.
And if you know who Demolition is from the old WWF, they were the best.
Yeah.
They would have fit in this world.
Yeah, and that wrestling aesthetic is not something that comes from the book. I don't know if it comes from that French movie. I think it is unique to this, and it's perfect. Like, it totally fits what's going on.
Yeah, so recently on one of our episodes, I did a Vault of Darkness where I talked about the novel series Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Right.
And it has so many shades of this. I mean, at first, it's the first, like several books, it's not like this, but then there's a floor that they go to of the dungeon. They descend to the next floor, and it is there are highly paid hunters, people who have paid big admission prices to come in and hunt the contestants of the thing. And of course, since it's about Dungeon Crawler Carl, he kills a lot of them.
Right.
It really reminded me of this, but there's like aliens and all kinds of crazy different things. But it's cool.
Each book of that series, right? Kind of, does he go into another genre or into
it's
other tropes?
It's a new level of the dungeon usually, and each dungeon level has like a gimmick to it. It has its own rules and things that it does.
Okay.
I'm on the last book, by the way. I'm almost done,
and then
I'm waiting because it's still being written.
Yeah, so it's the most recent. It's not necessarily. It's not the final book in the series.
Yeah, and it actually not to make this all about Dungeon Crawler Carl, but not only did it get picked up for a webtoon, so somebody's making
an animated.
They're making manga style webtoon about it, and then it did get licensed to make an actual live action TV series out of it.
Okay, cool.
Whether they actually make it is a different thing. Sometimes people just buy licenses and it never goes anywhere.
Most of the time, that is what happens.
Yeah, but it happened. At least Matt Dinneman's getting a paycheck.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's cool.
You sell the option on that, and that's a nice. Some people just write stuff and option it. Nothing ever gets made, and they make a very handsome living.
Yeah, they just chilling anonymous.
Yeah, that happens.
All right, so you want to go into audio?
Okay, yeah, we're trucking along.
Yeah, I mean, this movie's so kind of
the movie's
it is what
like
it
this.
is.
Yeah, you're trucking. The movie trucks along, and the book does, and so are we.
So we got Harold Faltermeyer, who did Beverly Hills Cop and Top Gun.
Yeah, but he's clearly doing like a John Carpenter homage. In this, it feels like they're like, give us a John Carpenter synth score.
Oh yeah, he's so synthy.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's like high energy, kind of like almost synth pop. Yeah. But other times it's like kind of almost like pulsing and pounding.
Yeah,
and it's really dark
and moody.
Yeah, I like it.
And like Buzzsaw's theme has a bunch of electric guitar in it.
Yeah,
evoking the chainsaw, and then he also does like all like the studio jingles, like for Captain Freedom's workout video. It's good, and like you said, it's very it's like very driven. Like I was listening to it in the gym this morning. It's not half bad gym music. Like it's
nice.
It's good music to run on the treadmill too. So yeah, it's a pretty good score, but it feels like I just wonder why you don't give John Carpenter a call. If you want the John Carpenter
he was
vibe,
probably busy making his own movies.
He was probably making 2 movies a year or something in this time period. Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, it's a vibe. I like the music. And then I have the supervising sound editor was Richard C. Franklin Jr. I think good sound design too.
It's awesome because every stalker, they all have kind of a gimmicky weapon, and it always it's always very audible. Like Sub-Zero's hockey stick, and it's like shing.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
It makes like the samurai sword.
Yeah,
sound.
it's awesome. And of course, you have Buzzsaw's chainsaw, and then Dynamo and his whole singing and zapping everything. Yeah, it's awesome.
And that was that actor. What's his name? It's a Dutch name.
Erland van Lint de Jude.
He was, as well as being a wrestler and actor, he's also an opera singer, and so he sings in the movie.
Rest in power, Buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of genital trauma in this movie. I don't know if you kind of caught how often people get Buzzsaw gets sawed in the nuts. But Schwarzenegger picks up one of the prison guards by the balls.
Oh yeah.
The girl kicks Dynamo in the balls. Like there's just a lot of.
I think that was the 80s. It was the ultimate in I don't respect you and I'm gonna put you down in one shot. Yeah. This was it was like the Vulcan neck pinch of the 80s.
It recurred enough throughout the course of the movie that I had to remark on it. It was like that's a lot of people getting got in the gonads in this movie.
Yes, absolutely. Even up to and including a chainsaw.
Oof. Yeah. He had to split.
Yeah, the audio for this movie is awesome with all of the added effects. I will say it's cheesy.
Oh yeah.
It's but you have to just appreciate how cheesy it is for what it is.
It is, and it is so the one-liners we talked about. I mean, this is audio. One-liners are audio.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one-liners are not on paper even good.
No.
The Killian, you're Sub-Zero now. Plane Zero. Yeah. That's just that's awful. But it's hilarious and it's iconic when Schwarzenegger does it.
Yeah, it was not not good in the traditional
hey, Lighthead. Hey, Christmas tree.
So bad. I wonder what this movie would have been like with another actor, like Patrick Swayze or something,
or Christopher Reeve. Imagine Reeve. Superman running through this.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a Christopher Reeve kind of a.
It would have been very earnest. It would have been my daughter needs this medicine. He would have attempted to elevate it, whether he could or not.
Yeah,
we will never know. But I think he would have done his best to do that. Yeah,
for sure.
I guess we're trucking along. You want to get into the cast?
We got a lot of people to talk about in this one.
So first up, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Ben Richards.
Yeah, main character. The whole movie's about him.
Yeah, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger as Arnold Schwarzenegger, down to the stogie
and stealing his own lines. I'll be back.
Yeah,
and then referencing later, but I said I'll be back. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's so shameless and I don't know. It's so ridiculous and over the top. But at this period of time,
he kind of ruled the world.
He's so unstoppable, and his charisma is just off the charts. And even he's had a few movies that underperformed in this period, like Red Sonja and Raw Deal and Red Heat.
All of those were good, though.
Yeah, even the bad ones are good. That's sort of how If we walked upstairs and Red Heat was on the TV, I'd have a hard time not just sitting down and watching that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not even a good Schwarzenegger movie, but they're all good.
It's no Raw Deal.
Raw Deal's probably my least favorite out of all of them.
Probably his worst one.
Yeah, it's God, what's the deal with Raw Deal? He gets a raw deal from the mom.
I know that, and it's early on, so his English is worse than at any other point.
But it feels like a Stallone movie with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, because he's down on his luck. Yeah. It's really low dog, working class dude,
and he's got his hair slicked back in this sort of Italian American. It's got that mob vibe to it, and
it doesn't feel like a Schwarzenegger. It's no Predator.
It's the Predator, which. We have not recorded yet, but it will be the episode preceding this.
That's a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So moving on, I guess we got Richard Dawson as Damon Killian.
Yeah, not even acting. Richard Dawson is playing himself, game show host.
Yeah, he's just a Family Feud host. He's just being a game show host.
Yeah, they had wanted to go, I forget who, another game show host that they had wanted to get.
Bob Barker would have been dope.
Bob Barker would have been amazing. But Schwarzenegger was friends with Dawson and advocated for him, and he got the role. And he's great. I mean, I don't think he was still the host of the Family Feud when we were kids. So this is what I know him from. I don't know him from Family Feud.
I would have advocated for Alex Trebek.
That would also been... Bob Barker's easier to imagine than Alex
being
Trebek.
evil.
Yeah, because Alex Trebek is
he's too good of a guy.
good Canadian.
Yeah.
He just can't get... Yeah, I can't see him being as cruel as this role would require.
Yeah, he's just a totally corrupt business guy.
Yeah.
He has a lot of say in the show. He must be like an executive producer as well.
Yeah, and I think wisely. So this role, Damon Killian in the book is the head of the network and not the host of The Running Man.
Yeah.
But by combining those two characters together and making the behind the scenes person the in front of the camera person just simplifies the story.
Yeah, you got to streamline.
Yeah, but you can see in the trailers for the Edgar Wright version, he has them as two distinct characters.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think Richard Dawson is great in this role. And I don't know if you remember, there was a techno song that sampled a bunch of audio from this movie in the 90s. And so like all his like Who Loves You and Who Do You Love and It's Time to Start Running, like all of his lines are just like burrowed into the back of my head.
I don't remember that song.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look. Well, maybe I'll try to look that up and put that in the show notes. YouTube video of that song.
Well, next up, I've got Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
So good.
This movie, like Predator, features two future governors in it.
Absolutely.
The same two future governors.
Yeah.
And weirdly, both of them right of center, but not fascist governors.
No, they're pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean Jesse Ventura, he's playing Captain Freedom, but he's in real life he's a previous Navy SEAL, or I guess Navy frogman diver, because it's the pre-SEALs program.
Right.
But yeah, so he's like a real like legit American hero prior to becoming a movie star and then a politician. So being Captain Freedom is kind of hilarious.
It's perfect. And then he's like the one of the stalkers that kind of has some sense of honor.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing all this.
Yeah,
I killed men with my hands.
Yeah, like it's the code of the gladiator.
He knows what he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's a gladiator.
Yeah, and he comes in because they want him to wear like this sort of like video game like Captain Power armor or whatever.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? Like, if you had the toy as a kid where the He-Man with like the punching action with the caps in the back, where it would make that's what it looked like.
Thunder Punch He-Man or something like that.
It was like Thunder Punch He-Man.
Yeah, and it's like breaking off of him as he walks through.
Like tears one of the arms off.
He's like, Killian, I'm not wearing this shit. Yeah, and it's I think he makes the most out of his like 3 scenes in the movie. Yeah,
he is front and center in those scenes, and so when he's the final boss, Gladiator, not Gladiator. He's not. What, Fireball's the final boss, right?
Yes, he is. As far as the general public saw, he is the final boss.
Yeah.
He's the one that killed Ben Richards. But it was just a stuntman with Ben Richards' face deep faked over it, which we said earlier, confused the test audiences. And it's funny, he never actually gets a true scene with Schwarzenegger in the movie.
Yeah, not a real one, just a fake one.
Yeah.
And that's fun, though.
Yeah, I think he's a lot this movie, and I like his workout video. It's also a very...
everyone's got to make money.
Yeah, that's what this is a late stage capitalism run mad kind of world that they're in.
I don't know if it's even late stage. I would call it just prime.
Prime. It is what it's supposed to be.
That's what we're going to.
Yeah, if we're not already there.
Yeah.
So we haven't mentioned yet Maria Conchita Alonso as Amber Mendez.
Yeah.
Who our Ben Richards, he kidnaps her and she betrays him, understandably.
Yeah.
But then comes over to his side and for her good effort gets thrown into the Running Man alongside of him.
Yeah, she's sort of the love interest.
They have a kiss at the end.
Yeah, and it's like I don't really understand why she kind of goes to his side, because he treats her pretty badly.
He really does.
He's kind of a jerk, and so I don't understand that. Aside from this is the movies, and it's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah, he does treat her very badly. Not entirely. I mean, on some level, the chip on his shoulder is well earned, right?
Oh yeah, he's been done dirty. She moves into his brother's former apartment.
Yeah, what?
So they meet by happenstance.
So the brother gets sent off to the re-education camp, and we just never revisit that plot thread.
So I thought, I was like, as a kid, I was like, oh, so he's going to immediately go and rescue his brother, because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Nope.
He just
man, bummer about my brother.
Yeah, I'm thinking of how to get me out of here.
Yeah.
Let's. I do like. She says I should have gone with you to Hawaii. He's like, I had the shirt for it, but you fucked it up.
Yeah. So good.
Oh man,
he did have the shirt for it.
And so she looks super familiar, and I'm like, this lady's been in a million things. Mm-hmm. But the only other movie that she was in that I recognized was Predator 2.
Okay.
And so mostly, I think she's just been a working ass actor doing a lot of TV and stuff. And so you've seen her again and again.
Yeah, I almost thought when I was watching it, it's like, is this the same lady that played opposite Schwarzenegger in
Total Recall?
Total Recall. No, she's just kind of a dark-haired lady. She looks similar. I looked it up.
That's his type, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a shorter, dark-haired lady. And I was like, oh, okay, so, no, I was wrong. I thought I was making a connection there.
Yeah, no, I had that kind of same thought process, and I imagined her into more movies than I've actually seen her in. But I think she's really good in this. Like, I think
she does a good job. I'm surprised she didn't get more work.
I mean, ton of work.
Big name work.
Yes. No, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, she never really became a leading lady.
Yeah.
Next one I got is Yaphet Kotto as William Laughlin from Alien. You know, like he's another veteran character actor. Dies sadly. Buzzsaw clipped him with the chainsaw, and that's it. A nick with a chainsaw in a dystopian future is pretty lethal.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. That could have been like a venomous chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh, and it's you're not going to get it patched up. So if your side gets caught with a chainsaw and you're just going to bleed out.
Yeah, you're just tore up. Yeah,
so he's always great.
Yeah,
he's very good at
another good
showing up and doing actor. What he does. Yeah. Who's next?
I got Mick Fleetwood as Mick.
Yes,
from Fleetwood Mac.
Mick Fleetwood, and his Dweezil Zappa plays his little minion Stevie.
Yeah, I like these guys.
It's so funny because you're like, well, that's a guy from a band. What band is this guy?
Oh, I knew immediately. I love Fleetwood Mac.
You knew. Yeah, you recognized him right off the bat. Yeah. I was like, what band is this guy in?
He calls him Mick. I'm like, Mick Fleetwood?
Yeah, he calls him Mick. There's a bunch of that because Sven Oleson is Killian's bodyguard, and he just is called Sven also.
Okay, I mean, why bother?
Yeah, he doesn't need a name.
He could have just been Guy.
Yeah, bodyguard. Yeah. So yes, Mick Fleetwood is pretty charming as Mick, the leader of the Resistance.
Yeah, and so next, I mean, the only ones I have left are the Stalkers.
Okay, so we got Big Jim Brown as Fireball.
But before we get into each one, I want to know, as a kid, which was your favorite Stalker, and now as an adult, which Stalker do you like the best?
I think as a kid, my favorite Stalker is probably going to have to be Sub-Zero.
That's what I would have predicted.
I'm a weeb, and it's, he's a Japanese guy? Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, they're very well known for ice hockey.
They field an Olympic team.
There you go.
They do. Yeah, it's now, though, watching it recently, I love Buzzsaw. I think he is a lot of fun. What about you? Who's your favorite?
When I was a kid, my favorite was Buzzsaw because
Yeah.
just all in black. He rides a motorcycle. I thought he was cool.
Yeah.
As an adult,
Motorcycle with chainsaws. hanging off the
it's so
sides.
cool. As an adult, I mean, I of course still appreciate the Buzzsaw aesthetic,
Yeah.
but I got the most kick out of Dynamo. He's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He like opera singing and throwing lightning bolts. It's so good.
It is pretty epic, and it's some of like the only like special effects really that the movie has. And like getting blasted with lightning is pretty lethal.
Yeah, that's
no
it.
small thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got Professor Toru Tanaka as Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
And he was a professional wrestler, and he's just a really big guy. He's been in a lot of movies too.
Oh yeah, he's so many people in this movie. They show up and you're like, oh, that guy.
Yeah. And he's just like he's like a hockey goalie and sort of like a ninja, sort of.
Yeah.
And he's got like a bladed hockey stick, and he's like this silent hunter. I like him. He's cool.
Yeah, and exploding hockey pucks. Like, it is quite a gimmick. It is kind of
He could
weird.
be a bad guy on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, for sure. He would make a good toy. All of these guys they're very toyetic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And would be cool action figures for sure. Actually, probably NECA makes Running Man action figures.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody does.
One of those companies that caters to us nerds makes toys of these figures. So we've done Dynamo, which is Erland Van Lith. We've done Jesse Ventura as Captain Freedom. Big Jim Brown as Fireball.
Gus Rethwich as Buzzsaw.
The only non-wrestler seems the most wrestlerly.
Yeah,
of
he goes hard. Like he's like screaming and like maniacal laughter.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Oh, I'm a psycho who loves chainsaws. Okay, I got this.
Got it. Yeah. I don't need to know anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and chainsaws are terrifying. Like anyone that can wield, because just like operating a chainsaw is scary.
Sure.
When you're even doing it safely.
Yeah,
And
it makes you want to wear those chaps that are cut proof or whatever.
Right, and like protective glasses because stuff comes flying at you. So anyone that like wields a chainsaw like a weapon and they just wing it around like one-handed while you're riding your motorcycle, like that's a person with nothing to lose.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time.
Yeah, just a total psycho.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that character. Buzzsaw is fun. I almost feel like Fireball doesn't get enough love, you know?
He doesn't, and you know what it reminded me of, because Jim Brown had quite a long acting career and was kind of he was a leading man in his era.
Yeah.
And there's something Al Pacino says in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood about how when you used to be the leading man, but you show up as the bad guy in something so that the new leading man can kick your ass to show how tough he is, because everyone is used to you kicking ass. And so, and I'm paraphrasing, that's not the actual quote. And so when I saw Jim Brown, who is kind of like he's watching the show and is waiting to get the call. And
he's got some gray hair.
Yeah. And you get the impression, like, sort of like Captain Freedom, his era as like the big bad stalker has passed a little bit.
Yeah.
And so when they pull him out, it's because they're running out of options. And you sort of know, like, this is where Schwarzenegger kicks Jim Brown's ass to show that now he's King Kong badass.
Yeah.
And Jim Brown is yesterday's news. And that's always like a little sad when the former leading man has to get chumped by the new one.
Yeah, it never made sense to me. Like, after they fake his death with Captain Freedom, it's like, why are you even bothering with Fireball? Why don't you just get a bunch of dudes with assault rifles or shotguns or whatever and just go mow them down?
Yeah. But I think Fireball wanted revenge for Sub-Zero.
He wanted it, yeah. His buddy died.
Yeah, because he said something about, I remember there was a line in there about what happened to Sub-Zero, and I think he took that personal. It's like, the only other non-white guy on the squad and took him out. And we were kind of bros.
Yeah, he took everyone out. That's the key.
Except for Captain Freedom.
Yeah, that's true.
Captain Freedom is still doing his workout
also
video.
He didn't kill Dynamo either. He let Dynamo live.
But I think
and then later on
someone else kills him.
lady takes him out.
The girl kills him. Yeah, she shoots him.
Yeah.
But he tried to sexually assault her.
He's a creepo. Yeah. He deserves it.
And I feel like that scene has to be edited down a little bit because he's in his underwear. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think that there's probably a more gratuitous version of that scene that luckily we didn't have to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even that little part where it turns creepo. I mean, like, I think it's fine if he's just like, I've got you. I'm going to kill you for what you did to me. You don't have to be weird about it, dude. Yeah. You can just be mad.
Yeah. And honestly, like, because they spared him, I sort of wanted him to kind of do what, like, Sven does.
Yeah, be like a face turn.
Yeah, I'll let him go. Yeah, they did me a solid, and now I'm going to turn the other cheek. But no, he goes, I'll be a rapist. That'll be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, well, I guess I suck at fighting. I guess I'm a rapo.
Yeah, no good Dynamo. We don't approve. Thumbs down. Anyone else you want to mention?
No, I think that's pretty much it. That's most of the...
Yeah, I got more people here, but no one. If I look at your name and I can't picture who I'm imagining, who's his court-appointed agent. Mm-hmm. I just like that scene because he stabs the guy in the back with a pin. Yeah, and that one's always fun.
That is hilarious.
But I can't remember who the actor is.
Yeah.
All right. What's your personal highlight?
Well, I think that there's some really great scenes. My favorite one-liner in the movie. Mm-hmm. It's not even from Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay.
It's from Killian. He goes, Congress can't have it both ways.
I know he's like, yeah, a hunter got killed. It was bound to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, I love that line. I thought that was just so perfect. But I think that the best scene, the most iconic scene, is when Ben Richards has finally caught Damon Killian, and he's just like a trapped rat. There's nowhere to go. Sven's not going to help him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't just physically defeat Killian, because nobody's surprised he could defeat Killian.
Yeah.
But he exposes the truth. He kind of completes his hero's journey.
Right.
He kind of, as unrealistic as it is, he brings down the whole system with the truth.
Yeah.
And that's...
as far as we know.
Yeah. Really, it's just a blip on the radar, because there's a new season starting tomorrow. Basically. In real life. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was probably the most powerful moment, because like the hunter had become the hunted, proverbially, and ultimately Richards gets his final revenge. I'm not going to say it was like incredibly moving to me, but I think that probably was the importance of the most important piece of the movie, that the truth triumphs.
And it's Schwarzenegger gets to kind of like walk around him while he grovels, and you see he's like pushing the buttons, and the sled kind of drops down.
Yeah.
And it's like, it does have a fair amount of gravitas to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good sequence.
Yeah. So what about you?
So for once, I'm not going to pick a specific scene or sequence, which I normally do. And I'm just going to say my personal highlight is all of the one-liners.
Okay.
Just like, it's
just the cheese-tastic nature.
Cheesy, and just like, they're so bad, but they're so like well delivered. And like I have this one to he's like, I live to see you eat that contract, but I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm gonna ram it in your stomach and break your goddamn spine. And it's like, does he ram it down his throat? Does he ram it in through his...
I think it's in through the front,
right? Through the front, and grab his spine?
So. Yeah, I think that's the way.
Yeah, and it's just delivered by Schwarzenegger like holding the camera with both of his hands and screaming into it, and it's so funny, and I love all of those things. So
it's
like
so cheesy.
So not any one of them, but just sort of just all of them. I had the shirt for it, but you fucked it up. Here's Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. I'll be back. Hey, Christmas tree. Like all of these things, like they're just so good.
Yes.
So just overall, all of the Schwarzenegger one-liners is my personal highlight.
All right, I'm with you on that.
What worked for you?
I like the social commentary. It's just like Idiocracy. I love how this is so relevant. It's so perfect. Like even now, it's just like it's satire on the media. It's satire on the wealthy,
on the politics,
on the public who worship this shit. I love and the politics, of course. I just think that it's like. It's fake news. They're literally making fake news. Exactly what people are claiming, and it's just like it's so right.
Yeah.
It's predictive. And then next, I'd say I thought Richard Dawson's performance as Killian was probably the standout performance for me. He's a proper villain.
Yeah,
you're not afraid of him like physically, but he is just diabolical.
Yes,
he's a diabolical capitalist.
Yeah, just completely self-interested and
all
ruthless.
Lies all the time.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I just think that I love the over-the-top professional wrestling style character design with all the stalkers.
Yeah.
I love the stalkers. As a kid, that was just my favorite thing.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
I liked wrestlers, and these are like deadly wrestlers.
Totally.
What about you? What worked for you?
So I mean, I have the first one is exactly the same. I put the social commentary. I think even though the movie dumbs down the politics of the book considerably, it's still very present. And it just like all cyberpunk fiction reflects modern society, right?
Yes.
Like it's not about the future; it's about right now.
Yes.
And I just think the commentary is spot on. Even I just thought of another thing while you were talking there. The sort of fixation on true crime and serial killers that is so prevalent right now. You see kind of that, like the way these people that compete in these game shows are all notorious killers, and it's so salacious, and everyone is so like into their crimes.
Bakersfield Butcher or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And it's and so it is just so reflective of the times that we're living in. Number 2, Imperial Phase Schwarzenegger. You know, like this movie ended and Lisa goes, it's just hard to go wrong with a Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah.
Like they're just so much fun, even when it's not necessarily like a peak movie. He's still peak in them, and they're just a blast.
Yeah.
And I just, and also part of it is just the age I was when these movies were coming out.
Yeah.
They were very formative to me, but I think it holds up in a just on a raw entertainment level. And then,
totally agree.
And then finally, Thomas Del Ruth's cinematography, because I think his expressionistic neon lighting elevates the visuals of this movie. What is, really kind of a low budget, cheaper sci-fi movie. He makes it look like more expensive than it actually is.
Yeah.
And I think his lighting style ends up being hugely influential on the genre going forward. So I just really liked that. What didn't work for you?
So, I mean, I said it before, and it was just absolutely simplistic. The plot is linear. It's predictable. There aren't any real twists here. There's not a lot of nuance going on. No. The characters don't really develop at all. They just are exactly who they are at the beginning, and they never change. They're all iconic characters, which means that it's shallow.
Yeah.
And that it's okay to be iconic if that's part of it, but there's also other characters who are changing to provide contrast. In this movie, like, this is all about one-liners and set pieces. Yeah. It's not about characters. It's not about plot. It's not about drama. It's just kind of, it's almost, it has like the writing of a B movie.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, this is sort of like B movie level writing with like blockbuster level effects and budget, I guess.
Or not.
Maybe not. Yeah. So next, I got tonal inconsistency. Sometimes it's really funny. It's satire. It's crazy. Other times, it's just like absolutely gruesome, and Dynamo turns into a rapo.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, guys. Like, are we doing a satire, or are we doing a weird, like, gross you out or make you uncomfortable thing? Like, it's not a serious dystopian setting, but it's supposed to be. And so I feel like it just doesn't have like a cohesive vibe to it.
Okay.
In that way. And then I guess this is sort of goes with that. The last point I have is it's absolutely cartoonish. Like, I could say no one would ever be like this, but that's not true. This is supposed to be satire, but it goes... So you watch professional wrestling and you're like, oh, wow, that's nuts. But then you watch, if you were a kid in the 80s, if you're old, you watch the professional wrestling cartoon.
Right. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Ridiculous, more ridiculous than even the wrestling show, the wrestling itself. This is like that. It's beyond extra.
Right.
And that just made it silly. Okay. So what about you? What didn't work?
I mean, sort of on the similar vein. I have that the dialogue is bad, but I think really it's like the writing is not good, and maybe it's
15 drafts was too many.
I think probably the earlier drafts.
It was probably death by consensus, and
just reworking it in order to get the bits in that you want to, and all of that. And I think it is sort of, it's rescued by the charisma of the cast, but like on paper, this is just a trash fire of a story. And so, dialogue's bad, writing is bad, but the cast does rescue it. And then I feel like, it takes too many liberties. This is something that happens anytime with an adaptation.
Yeah.
The book is better. The book is always better. Sure. It takes it to the point where a court found it resembled another movie more than it resembled its source material.
Yeah.
And I think that if they had stuck a little closer to Stephen King's plotline and more of his themes, I think it would have been a stronger story.
Yeah, I think if this had a little more DNA from The Road, and that
you always want things bleaker.
The thing is this movie doesn't need to be ultra bleak, but it needs to be a little more tonally similar to itself even.
Yeah. Well, and again, like, it has such of like a guy gets the girl, the revolution has won.
That's
ending.
the part that kind of throws it for me.
The absolutely heroic ending. And how quick we forget, like, he was all broken up about Laughlin dying, right? That should have been me, blah, blah, blah. He's forgotten about Laughlin. He's forgotten about his brother.
He's just a freedom fighter, and he got the girl.
Yeah, and he doesn't even care about politics. He just sort of found his way into this revolution.
Yeah, he said he'll be back, and so he had to go back.
So he had to go back. Yeah. That I get what you're saying about the tonal inconsistencies for sure.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, we liked this, but we have some criticisms. What are you rating this?
I think an objective look at this movie is that it's a 3-star movie. So that's what I'm rating it. I like it more than 3 stars. Yes. For me, it's a 4-star movie. It's not my favorite, but it's really great. But it really is. It's a 3-star movie.
Yes.
If you're from our era, if you are an older millennial or a younger Gen X, you will love this movie.
Yeah.
If you are younger, if you show this movie to, like, I don't know, a 15-year-old,
I bet they'd laugh.
They'd probably laugh, but it wouldn't hit. It would not be like it wouldn't be a 5-star movie. It wouldn't probably like it as much.
Well, I think that it's too close to their reality.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, we've seen the world, we've seen this go from
a cop got framed, and then he got thrown into a reality show, and then they deep faked him when they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. We've seen speculative fiction become reality, whereas they've just lived in the speculative fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's 3. What about you?
I'm in the same boat. I said it's a 3-star movie that feels like a 4-star movie.
Yeah, it has aspiration.
You have a 4-star time watching it, but I cannot with good conscience tell you it's a 4-star movie.
Absolutely. And I think we are exactly with all of the critics, because IMDb has it at 6.6, Rotten Tomatoes has it at 67%, and Letterboxd has it at 3.2.
Yeah.
So everyone felt good about the 3-point movie, so it was just a little bit over 3, but it wasn't quite a 4-star.
It's funny. I think of all of the ratings, 3 is the wiggliest one, because sometimes a 3 rules, and sometimes you're like, yeah, I guess it's a 3, and like a 3 can mean a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
4 and 5, 1 and 2, those are pretty set in stone, but 3 is like,
it wasn't
something.
bad enough to be a 2, but it also wasn't good enough to be a 4.
Yeah,
it's just there.
but sometimes you really like a 3. Sometimes a 3 is more enjoyable than a 4.
Yeah, sometimes there's an amazing movie that you love, but you realize it's actually just a 3.
Yeah. All right. Well, when we take a break, and we'll come back with the Vault of Darkness. Before we delve into the Vault of Darkness, we ask that all initiates of the cult follow us on your favorite social media platforms at Nightshade Cult.
If you've enjoyed this content, help us grow the cult by sharing it with like-minded people, and leave us a review wherever you listen.
Do you have any dark tidings before we get into the vault?
No, I don't.
I don't either. Probably because we're doing these episodes kind of rapid
Like
fire.
back to back to back, yeah.
And we're out so far ahead of current events that it's like most news ideas are going to be stale by the episodes are coming out. Yeah. So what are you pulling out of the Vault of Darkness?
Yeah, so this is a I just wanted to I've been listening to more audiobooks like I do, been painting my Warhammer, been doing all the stuff I normally do. But I wanted to highlight a YouTube channel that I think is really good.
Okay.
It's not really very spooky, but I think it's probably more guy oriented, but it's just so good. It's called Speed, but with 3 E's. SPEEED. This is a YouTube channel that ostensibly is an automotive YouTube channel, but not really. It's a style and lifestyle channel. So it's founded by James Pumphrey, who was famously one of the co-founders of Donut Media, probably the biggest automotive YouTube channel on YouTube, who after the channel was sold to Crash Media Group, he resigned and he left and he started a new YouTube channel with one of his partners, Jesse Wood. And it's really great because they do some automotive videos like you would want from Donut. They're not doing like wrenching videos and like build videos, but it's more like car lifestyle stuff. But the ones that I really, really like are when he does these like, he was always doing these deep dive history videos on Donut, and so he kind of has taken that to his channel, but he does them on like cool things. Like one of his earlier ones was a history of Carhartt.
Okay.
And it goes all the way back to the founding of the channel, and it talks about it, and it also talks about its massive influence on modern style and street fashion, and he shows pictures of, like NWA wearing like Carhartts and all these other cool people, and that episode is awesome. I wear a lot of Carhartt stuff because I like it as a fashion brand. I don't work with my hands, so that is a cool one. He does a very similar video for several other fashion type things. Like he has a Levi's video that goes all the way back, and it's really good. And he does a whole section in there about Japanese denim, talking about how they kind of picked up the torch when a lot of the old school denim making was stopped being done in America. But he's done other videos like on Stussy, Volkswagen, Jaguar, and a bunch of other kind of history deep dives.
Yeah.
But then he also has fun kind of interesting videos like here are like 6 ways to have a great summer. And he just talks about like lifestyle decisions and things you can do. He's got style videos on like, how can you dress well? And it goes into topics like, if your body type is like this, you should wear cuts that are like this. And all these different things.
So it's almost like a GQ sort
kind
of
of
thing.
But for like street level dudes, right? And so like, cause he's like a guy like us, he's got like tattoos, and he's a little younger than us, and he's in it. But he's like really cool. He does a whole video on meme fad diets where him and the other guy of the channel, Jesse, they do 30 meme diet crazes for 30 days, but they keep them up as they go. They just add another
they stack them on top of each other.
And that's
not good science, because then how do you know which one is affecting?
It doesn't matter because it's entertaining.
Okay.
He does one about every car emblem, like every emblem, and then how every car company got its name.
Yeah.
It's really fun because I like history.
Yeah.
It's just, this channel is awesome. Every time Speed puts out a video, I watch it. Like no missed videos. I went to the channel page. All of them have a red bar.
You've watched all of them. Wow.
Every video. So that's one of my favorite YouTube channels.
Okay.
I recommend it for anyone who likes, if the idea of a fashion or an automotive like history deep dive explained by a true enthusiast in a way you can understand, if that sounds interesting, you should check out Speed.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I'm intrigued. Some of those sound really interesting.
You would like the fashion videos. I know that.
Okay.
So what are you pulling out of the vault?
Yeah, this is usually I try to really theme it onto
You're way better than me at that.
onto the episode. But we've been doing so many episodes, and I just haven't been able to consume enough. And so I'm just recommending the books and stuff that I've been listening to.
Cool.
And so I finished recently a book called From Punk to Monk, a memoir by Ray Raghunath Kapo. Ray Capo was the vocalist in seminal straight edge hardcore band Youth of Today.
All right.
And then became a practitioner and devotee of Bhakti Yoga, and kind of reframed his life, became a monk and reframed his music around that, and then started the band Shelter, which is like a post-hardcore band that incorporates yoga,
they do incorporate yoga.
For sure. He's a
full-on yogi.
He's a full-on yogi. But I mean, like,
no shade. I've done a lot. I wouldn't say a lot. I've done a fair amount of yoga.
But Vedic scripture and like that's sort of the Indian spirituality. That's the word I'm kind of grasping for, into the lyrical content, and also it became, Indian music became influential on the music of the band as well. And so those are just very, both of them influential, both hardcore and post-hardcore bands. And I'm fascinated by monastic practice and punk rock history and all of these things. And it's an interesting intersection of my interests. Yeah. And he narrates the audiobook himself, which is always my preferred format, because when it's your life story and you're telling it, you're going to bring a certain energy to it that someone reading it can't really do. Yeah. And neither of those bands has necessarily ever been my favorite band, but I've always found him interesting. Because I've read so many sort of hardcore histories, him quitting, like disbanding Youth of Today and going to India to become a monk. I've read it from the point of view of people in New York. They're like, yeah, Ray went fucking crazy and moved to India. Like, I've read it from that side. And so to get his sort of spiritual journey that was characterized by the bros back home as him going cuckoo bananas and flying off out of the country, getting his side of it was really fascinating to me. It's really, I think, similar in tone to Brad Warner's book, Hardcore Zen. There's a lot of reasons why similar. Again, you have a musician from a band that becomes a monk, and so it has thematic similarities. And there's just something, anyone that ends up in monastic practice, it's a certain kind of seeker that finds themselves there, and I find those people really interesting. So I thoroughly enjoyed the book, and as always, it's available as a prose book that you read or as an audiobook.
That's interesting, because I've been on a side of that where I was in the band Mary Shelley, and our drummer just fucked off to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Just like randomly. And so people were like, what?
What happened?
Crazy. He just moved, dude.
Yeah. Exactly. And so it's like if he wrote a book about that experience.
Yeah, he still lives there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, modern days, you can follow Ray Capos on all the social media platforms. I mean, obviously he's promoting a book, but he has a yoga farm in upstate New York, and you know he's no longer technically, I think, a monk, because in that order to be a monk, you have to be a renunciate, and like he's a married man with stuff with kids. So I guess
he's just a follower, practitioner. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to thank you for joining the Nightshade Cult.
Until we meet again, we're wishing you unpleasant dreams.